Whoa, hold on. Better. What's up guys, it's about 2 o'clock right now. I'm about to head up to LA. I have a couple things I need to do really quick. Before I do that, I have to go to Best Buy, and I bought a phone to tune my car, but we couldn't get the app working because it needed to be Android or something, so I am returning that phone because I don't need it anymore because it didn't work. And then I'm gonna wash my car, and I'm heading up to Los Angeles for a meeting, and I might stay up there, do some fun things. I'm not really sure yet. I keep hearing something. I don't know if somebody's upstairs or not, but it sounds like it. So I'm gonna leave, and I'm not excited for this drive, I can tell you that. Oh, and look at my handy dandy little carry-on, little personal item thing. Away sent me that, super cool. Put my laptop and put my camera in there in a second, and yeah, that's cool. Alright, update. I'm in the parking garage of the place I'm supposed to have the meeting at. I need to figure out where I'm going. I have no idea. I have about an hour until my meeting. I think I'm gonna go to Starbucks maybe around the corner. I don't freaking know. But yeah, I'm here. The drive sucked as usual.
Going up.
What's up guys? So I just got home. I didn't vlog anything because the meeting was with people I haven't met before, but it went super well, I think. And yeah, so I am excited to be home. It's really boring here though. Literally nobody is here. There's nobody here. I'm the only person in this house. That's the only time this has ever happened, and it's really weird because I'm bored. Like for once I'm bored. I have nothing to do. So I'm gonna try to find something fun to do. But in the meantime, I'm gonna do what the title of this video is. I'm going to answer 25 questions and be really personal with you guys and tell you about myself, stuff that you guys have probably been wondering, stuff that I have never mentioned before. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, hold on, Alright guys, so there are a ton of questions that I have wrote down right here. Some of them that you've asked, some of them have been in the comments, just stuff that I've noticed that you guys are wondering about me that I should answer for you. Okay, let's get into it. How did I meet Tanner? Long story short, a bunch of mutual friends got together, decided that me and Tanner should work together on the videos, that I should edit his videos, and then we met at a coffee shop for the first time in Culver City, California, and everything just snowballed from there, and we started working together, and then we moved in together. So that's how that happened. When did you start your career on social media? I started in 2013 with a little app called Vine. And as you guys know, Vine got shut down in 2016 or like the first of 2017. I can't remember, something like that. It was really unfortunate when that happened because Vine was my full-time career for 4 years almost, and it was super fun. I loved it. When I started making videos, I had no intent for it to be a career. It was just something fun to do. Me and my cousins did it all the time. It was super fun, and then 2 weeks into us doing it, we hit a Vine that got like 50,000 likes overnight. And that was the single most important night of my life, and that absolutely changed everything for me. And also, if you didn't know about my license plate, how it says Viner, obviously, you know what? I'm gonna take you out there. Let's go look at the license plate. Okay, car. Alright, so as you can see, obviously, my license plate is Viner. Now, the significance of this is that obviously Vine changed my life, but even more significant, see it says the Mackinac Bridge. So when this happened, when my first Vine blew up, I was in Mackinac City, Michigan, on vacation with my cousins, as we usually do, and at that cottage that we have right on the lake, there's a view of the Mackinac Bridge. And it's in Mackinac. So, of course, I'm gonna put, you know, Mackinac Bridge and Viner together, put it on my car. And also, the even more significance of that is that this car, when I started making money off of Vine a while ago and it became a career, my one and single goal at the time was to get this car. And I got the car, I put the license plate on it with the Mackinac Bridge, and that's the significance. And yeah, back to the other questions. Okay, so I hope that answers the question about social media. Anyway, how old are you? I am 20 years old. Who in my family has a dog? My parents have a dog, 2 dogs actually. Technically my dogs too. Their names are Latte and Lucy. Here's 2 pictures of them. My cousins have a dog named Nellie. There's a picture of her. And yeah, I think that's about it for my family having dogs. I believe that's it. When did I realize I had anxiety, and what did I do about it? Oh, this is a whole other video. I'm gonna make an entire other video on this. I could probably make a video on all of these actually, but I'm gonna make a whole other video on that. But the long story short is I figured out that I had OCD and bad anxiety when I was probably like, I started to see like symptoms of that when I was probably like 9, 10, something like that. But then I didn't realize what it was until 8th grade when I realized I wasn't crazy. But I started to notice it because maybe I'd walk through a doorway a certain amount of times or like a certain way. That was like my OCD, which triggered anxiety. And then if I didn't do something that my OCD wanted me to, I would get really anxious and have like an anxiety attack. Mainly what I did about that is I started to distract myself. When it got really bad in 9th grade, I remember I couldn't even like like get into a car without doing it a certain way because I was super OCD. I would be so anxious that my hands would like clench together and like I had an anxiety attack like 24/7. It was like the weirdest feeling, and it got so bad that I just started playing games on my phone, and it helped like a lot. Like it really distracted me, and it actually got me through like that bad stage. Like that was the worst it ever was, and it got me through that stage. I got a lot better after that. Like ever since then, it's been uphill. And if you notice, I always have something on my wrist. Like lately, playing tattoo. Lately, it's been a watch. The last like year, it's been a watch. I never really wore watches 24/7. I really love this watch, but outside of that, I always have something on my wrist. And the reason for that started with a rubber band, and then it turned into one of those just plastic wristbands. And I had it on my wrist all the time. One of them, actually all of them had to do with Vine too. That was the best part, was I got my first one at my first Vine event ever. Outside of Detroit, Michigan, we had our first Vine event ever, and I wore that bracelet ever since, every single day. And then the other bracelet I wore was after my second Vine event in New York City. It wasn't even an event, it was just a meetup. Me and all my Viner friends at the time, we went and we told people to meet us there, and literally like 4,000 people or more showed up at this park and completely shut it down. There were tons of cops shutting down the street because there were too many people there to meet us, and it was the coolest experience ever. Here's a clip from that. We had this super Vine. I see it! I see it! That was insane. That was one of the coolest experiences I've ever had in my life. Sorry I got a little sidetracked there. But yeah, when I went to New York, I also got a 9/11 memorial bracelet, which I also wore that for a good year or more after that. And then I switched into, I think I started wearing gold bracelets on my left because I got more into fashion and stuff like that. And so those are for my parents actually. I just recently lost one, unfortunately. I used to wear it all the time, and I don't know what happened to it. I think it fell off my wrist and broke. But yeah, now I'm stuck to this watch every day, and I always wear it. And so I have something to do, I have something to play with. For some reason, it consoles me a little bit having something on my wrist. I don't know. And that was the short story, by the way. I'm gonna make an entire video about it. Did I finish school? Yes, I did actually. Everybody in the house has finished school and got a diploma. Like I did some online school, but I actually finished and got a diploma and walked with my class, which I didn't have to, and I didn't want to, but I felt like I would be disappointed in myself if I didn't walk with my class. I don't know why. I'm glad I did. It was actually a really cool experience. I'm really happy that I got to walk with my class. It seemed like a scene out of a movie because when we threw our caps in the air and everything, all the lights and like whatever else was going on, made it seem like a movie. So that was a really cool experience. Other than that, I hated my school. I'll make an entire video on that too. Absolutely hated school. I hated a good majority of the people there. Yeah, I'll make another video on that some other time. How much time does it take to edit Tanner's videos? That's a good question. It ranges really. If it's like a Q&A, it might only take like 2 hours or so. But the other day when we made the Audio 8 driving strangers around in my Audio 8 video, that took like 15 or 17 hours or something like that. So really just depends. It takes a long time to edit it sometimes, and other times it's not too bad. Do you and Tanner really get along, or do I just work for him? Tanner's like one of my best friends. We get along so well. We have so many things in common. We have the same goals in life. We're both driven towards the same path, and it's so cool to be able to be around somebody that has the same ideas and same goals as I do. What got me into editing, and how did I learn? So literally 10 years ago, keep in mind I'm 20, so when I was like 10 years old, I was messing around with Movie Maker, if you guys remember that thing on Windows. I was just messing around with skateboard videos, believe it or not. Like now we're getting back into skateboarding, which is part of the reason I want to do it so much, because it's so fun. But yeah, I started making skateboarding videos when I was like super young, and it was the coolest thing ever. And then me and my cousins started getting into making like action videos and like actual skits, and you know, we did improv, stuff like that. And then my cousin Josh or Ryan showed me Adobe Premiere Elements at the time, maybe? I don't really know, but maybe it was Premiere Pro. And they showed me this app, they showed me this program a long time ago. And I started using it, and then I started to become pretty good at it, and I started making, you know, a lot of videos myself, and I did it for fun. And then we got into Vine, so I started using it a lot to make Vines on, so when you can start editing them, which by the way is part of the reason Vine failed. If you didn't know, a lot of the creativity went down the drain when people started editing the videos. Anyway, so yeah, at that point I started making a lot of videos because of Vine, and I started making a couple of YouTube videos, trying to do a little bit longer than 6-second videos. You can see those on my old channels. Shut up, I am freaking recording. But yeah, so I pretty much learned on my own. I got taught the basics by Josh and Ryan, and then Ryan was really good at editing, and still is, but he doesn't do it as much anymore, but he was editing a lot, and so I learned from him a little bit. But other than that, I taught myself pretty much everything, or I used YouTube to do tutorials, all that kind of stuff. Why are you so skinny, dude? I'm skinny because I have a very high metabolism. Runs in the family, and yeah, I mean, I'm still active. I still work out and whatnot, but I'm very skinny because I have a very high metabolism. I can eat pretty much anything I want, and I'm very lucky, by the way, but I can eat pretty much anything I want, and I don't see a difference. So like, I on average eat 3,000 to 4,000 calories a day, LA purposefully because I need to gain weight. Like I want to gain weight, and not even just weight, I want to gain muscle mass. And so by me working out and eating 3,000-4,000 calories a day, I'm gaining some, but it's still really hard because I have a high metabolism. So the gains will be slow, but they'll still be there. That's what's important. Do I miss my family / Michigan? Yes, I do. One thing I miss about Michigan, just like Tanner misses about Kansas, is that there's like no traffic. Like no traffic. I drove to LA today, as you saw, and oh my gosh, it's like an all-day process. I only had like an hour meeting, but the drive there was like over an hour, and the drive back was over an hour, and then sitting in traffic, and then finding parking and getting there early. All this bullshit that I just don't want anything to do with. It sucked for one little meeting. It sucked going up there. So yeah, I miss that. I miss being able to go to a meeting in Michigan and drive 15 minutes down the road. Or even if it's in Detroit, if I drive an hour and a half, it's like nothing. It's like you show up and it's not your whole day. Like if I wanted to go get ice cream in LA, it would be my entire day. That's just how it is. So I miss that about Michigan for sure. There's a million other things about Michigan that I miss. That is another video idea that I will be doing, California versus Michigan. Stay tuned for that. And I miss my family and friends that are in Michigan. I miss my cousins. I miss all my family. And what are my thoughts on school / college? Ooh, this is a whole nother video once again. Short answer is I believe that college is good for some people. It's terrible for a lot of others. And the reason I say this is because every single person that I know that's around me right now, not even just in the house, but just in general, every single person that I associate myself with is successful and has not gone to college. And they're usually about my age, between 16 and 25. So, with that being said, I don't think college is for everybody. I think that there are a lot of people that college is good for. And by the way, this isn't just for influencers. You don't have to be, you know, a YouTuber or an Instagram star or whatever to not go to college. There are so many people I know that have zero social media, don't even use social media, but are successful. Part of the meeting that I just had today, one of the guys is super successful and he's 20, he doesn't go to college, and it's just crazy to me that the system that we live in makes you think that you have to go to college to be successful. That's not the case. You can go to college and be successful. I hate school and I don't want anything to do with it. When is my birthday? February 17th, 1998. You can find me on famousbirthdays.com. Favorite TV show / movie. My favorite TV show is definitely, I'm gonna say a go-to is Family Guy, just because I love Family Guy. I mean, who doesn't? That's just a go-to, always. Arrested Development is another one that's really funny. I like that one. Favorite movie of all time is Wolf of Wall Street. That'll probably never change. Such a good movie. Although, more recently, one of my favorite movies is Ready Player One. That movie is absolutely insane. Like, I would go see that again. It was so good. Favorite food / restaurant. Definitely spaghetti, and my favorite restaurant is Olive Garden, of all places. I've been to some pretty freaking cool places. Nothing beats Olive Garden for me. I don't know what it is, but nothing beats Olive Garden. It's hot. Taking this thing off. Much better. Do I want to learn to flip? Yes, I do. Most definitely want to learn to flip. I've been trying, and here's a video in slow-mo of me not making it. One of the attempts I had. What do I like about travel? Again, this is a whole nother video. I'll probably answer this in a different video, but long story short, I like to see new cultures. I like to see new places. I never like to be stagnant and just chilling here, which is what I'm doing right now. It's been pretty boring here by myself, so I always want to travel somewhere, because when you travel, there's always something new to do. There's always something you haven't seen before, and you can always do something new. I don't know. Always be moving. That's what I like. So those are the main things I like. Super fun. And I get to make cool content and take cool pictures. What's your middle name? Slayton. And it is S-L-A-Y-T-O-N. And it's a family name. I believe it's my great-grandma's last name. Favorite song right now? Ooh, I like Every Day by Logic. That's a really good song. Where do you find the music you put in the vlog? It really depends. Anything that's non-copyright. So a lot of the time, NCS, which is non-copyright sounds on YouTube, I use that a lot. What's the last thing that you bought? Last, like, actual thing that I remember buying, besides, like, food or something stupid, is this members only jacket. It's actually literally my favorite jacket that I own. It's actually pretty pricey, so it better be my favorite jacket. Where's the last place you traveled before I moved to California? Ooh, let's see. I went on a stint of traveling from the 1st of January. I started with Seattle, then to Vegas, then to Chicago. I also went to Chicago before that to get a visa for China. And then after all of those, I went back to Seattle. I stayed the night. I flew directly to Hong Kong in business class. That was sick. Here's a half-second clip of that because I haven't showed the whole video yet. All these clips are going to be released every time I hit a landmark like 15,000 or something like that on YouTube. And they're called the Lost Episodes. If you haven't seen them, here's one right here annotated that I'm going to throw in later. And here's an annotation for that. You can click right here and watch my last Lost episode when I went to Seattle. Anyway, yeah, I went to Hong Kong and then I stayed there for a couple days. I crossed back and forth across the border to Shenzhen, China, which was super cool. It was such an amazing experience. You'll see that later. And then I flew to Tokyo, Japan. That was really cool. Once again, I stayed one night there. And then I flew to Honolulu, Hawaii. I stayed there for like 12 to 14 hours or so. And then I flew back to LA for a second. I laid over there, I stayed in the Sky Club for a few hours and slept, took a shower, stuff like that, because I was absolutely exhausted. And I had the flu, and it sucked. Anyway, then I flew again, another flight. It was a whole mess. It sucked, actually. I think it was 7 hours from Tokyo to Honolulu. Then I flew like 5 or 6 hours from Honolulu to LA. And then I flew 3.5 hours back home to Detroit. And then I flew another hour, well, half an hour from Detroit to Lansing. And it sucked, because I had the flu. It would have been fine if I wasn't sick, but I was sick, and it absolutely sucked. And then I had 3 or 4 days before I was ready to leave again. And I ate as much fruit as I could. I was downing myself in like emergency and all this good stuff to get me better. And then we flew to Jacksonville. I stayed there for a day, and then we went on a week-long cruise to the Bahamas with my family. That was an amazing experience. That was absolutely incredible. Cruises are amazing. I can't wait to do it again. I'm trying to convince Tanner to go with me on one because it'll be crazy fun. And then we went back to Jacksonville and flew home. And then I was supposed to go to Florida, but then Tanner told me that they found this house. They hadn't moved in yet or anything like that, but they said they found it. Nothing was secure yet. They were like, he was like, just come out here. And so I ended up skipping the family vacation that we had in Florida because we already had one, so I didn't feel too bad missing it because we just got back from the cruise. And then I ended up flying to California, and I have been here ever since. And we went on a whim. I went with a carry-on, and it was the best experience that any of us have had. All of us kind of did that. He brought his stuff out here and didn't have a place to stay, and neither did I, so we kind of just made it work. Favorite cologne is this one right here. Let me show you. So I own a bunch of cologne. I have tons of them. I think a lot of them are still in Michigan. I haven't had them in a while. But the two that I have here are my two favorites. And one is Versace Eros, amazing. And this one I like because it's French and it smells really good also. It is called La Nuit de l'Homme by Yves Saint Laurent, which means, I think it means like the boy in the night or something like that. I don't know, but either way, those are my favorites because I love Versace and I love Yves Saint Laurent. Really fun, really good smelling cologne. So if you want to smell like me, you can go buy those. Why do you touch the plane each time you board? I think it started off as somebody telling me there was a superstition thing, like if you touch the plane, you'll have a safe flight or something like that. And so I did that like once or twice just because of that, and then eventually I just started doing it because there was habit, and I like to make it a thing in my vlogs. It's just what I do. And I got the plane tattoo on my right hand because I always touch the outside of the plane, and I feel like it might look better with my watch always being on the right hand, which by the way, I've been told I'm not supposed to wear my watch on the right hand because I'm right-handed, but it feels weird on my left hand, so I wear it on my right. Another thing, going back to the OCD anxiety thing, I used to always hate anything that I did with my right hand, even though I was right-handed, so I'd always touch things with my left hand. And so me getting a tattoo on my right hand, it's a very big step in the right direction, just so you know. Alright, I gotta hurry these up. Do I speak another language? If so, say something. Je parle un peu français. I think I said that right, but pretty much it means I speak a little French. How tall am I? I am just under 6 foot. I might be 6 feet by now. I don't know. I've been 5'11" and a half for like the longest time, but maybe I'm 6 foot now. I don't know. Can I cook? Yes, I can. I like to and dislike to sometimes. I really like cooking, and I can cook if I put my mind to it. What is the most times you've boarded a plane in a year? I believe 75 or something like that. I can't remember. It was like 70 something, and it was a lot that year. It was a lot. I think it was last year. Every year increases though. I always travel more every year than I did before. What's my favorite holiday? Christmas, of course. What am I gonna do when I turn 21? I am gonna go to Vegas because I have been to Vegas like I don't know how many times. I'm going 2 separate times just this week alone to Vegas, and I'm 20, so I can't do anything in Vegas. I don't even care that much about gambling. I definitely don't care about drinking or anything like that. But the cool thing is that if I'm 21 in Vegas, I can do those things. I'm not going to. Well, I'll gamble a little bit, but I'm able to, and that's cool because when you're 20, you can't do anything. 3 things that I absolutely love. Okay, I love traveling. Actually, you know what? We'll do material things. We'll do material things. 3 material things that I love. I love candles. As you probably know, I always have them, and I'm going to light this one. So yeah, if you ever see me with a lighter, it's because I'm lighting candles. I love clothing. I absolutely love clothing and fashion. If you see me wearing nice things, it's not because I care about nice things, it's because I care about fashion and I like fashion. It has nothing to do with the clout, you know? I love anything mango flavored, that's for sure. Turn on, turn offs. This video is getting long, so I'm gonna answer one of each. Turn ons or something I like about a person is their eyes. If you have cool eyes, I am attracted to you. Turn offs are people that only care about themselves and that have 0 interest in anything I have to say and only care about themselves. That's the most annoying thing ever. What gives me the most anxiety? Funny, and I don't know if it's ironic, but usually traveling does, actually. I love to travel, and maybe that's my way of fighting anxiety. I don't know, maybe that's why I like it. I'm glad I get to talk to you guys. Like, I'm actually just talking to a black box right now, but I feel like I'm venting to you guys, and it's amazing. Yeah. traveling, I think, gives me the most anxiety out of almost anything else on this planet. And that's the funniest part, is that I love to travel so much and I do it a lot. So maybe that's my coping mechanism in a way, is just facing anxiety head on. I don't know. Maybe you guys are my therapist and you're just figuring my life out for me. I have no idea. Favorite store? Favorite store design and their stuff is Yves Saint Laurent. But I really like Restoration Hardware or Pottery Barn, because those are, I don't know, they're super cool. Interior design stores are my favorite. Celebrity crush, Selena Gomez or Mila Kunis. Do I have a favorite book? No, because I don't read. But if I did, it'd be a Harry Potter book, because I grew up reading those. Best childhood memory. Oh man, that's a good one. It definitely would be one of my trips to Florida with my family. Probably Disneyland. I think one of my favorites was going to Disney World, actually, in Orlando, and going on the Buzz Lightyear ride with my parents, because the Buzz Lightyear ride was sick, and that was my favorite character of all time at the time. I don't know, it was awesome. Alright guys, I hope you learned more about me. I don't even know if that was 25 questions, but it was a lot of questions, and I think I gave you a lot of information about myself. I'm gonna take some of these questions and make specific videos about these, and so you can stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Got some fly shit on, keeping all black outfit on. I already bagged most of the chicks that you out here trying to get on. You just catching up to what I've been on. Yeah, that's what I've been on.
I see what you're trying to do, that's not even kinda new. That's that shit I've been on.